Hey everyone, real quick disclaimer before this review begins. All thoughts are my own and my original thoughts. I was sent these paddles for potential with a review, not necessarily with a review being guaranteed, more to try them out, share my thoughts, and share my opinions and feels on how they play and how they perform in today's current pickleball market. With that being said, I do want to emphasize that I will remain unbiased and share my own opinions and thoughts on the paddles and those alone. At times, I might compare my opinions maybe to those of other reviewers. Say if a video or a paddle has already been launched and it's a review after launch. But if it's a review before or of the day of launch of a paddle, those thoughts will be my own and my own alone. All right. Finally, I am not being paid to do this review. Typically, I will have either an affiliate's code, a discount code, or an affiliate's link, usually in the description of these videos or in the comments or in the bio somewhere on the video. Regardless, I will also try and share these in the beginning of each video. With that being said, I hope you enjoy this and enjoy the video. Let's talk Vatic VSOLs. So first off, they're going to be launching all of the regular Vatic shapes from the Saga series, including the Bloom, in both the VSOL Pro, which is their quote-unquote all-court version, and the VSOL Power, which is their quote-unquote power version. The reason I say this in air quotes is because several reviewers, and myself included, think that the VSOL Pro hits a little harder than the VSOL Power in certain scenarios. I think that the VSOL Pro offers more weight and customization options, whereas the VSOL Power more comes kind of better out of the box and plays a lot better in its stock form. Now, to be clear, both of these paddles actually play great stock. You could very well play these stock and be fine. Mine are just on the lighter side, so I preferred weight to get them to the numbers that I prefer, as well as the added benefit that is adding weight to paddles. So I'm going to start with the VSOL Power Bloom. And I do want to give context here. I bought these with my own money. I don't know why Daryl over at Vatic stopped sending me paddles for review, but Daryl, if you're listening, would love to review the full lineup of these. I think it'd be really curious to compare each shape to the VSOL Pro shape, as well as to a variety of the other paddles that I've reviewed and am currently reviewing or will review in the future. But anyways, I've always been a big fan of the Vatic paddles to a degree. Before I was reviewing, I mained a Vatic for a number of years during the Prism series and during the original V7 series. And so I was really curious to see what updates and innovations have taken place. So, first of all, I did not expect to like this paddle as much as I did. Honestly, this shape, the Bloom shape, and the Vatic Bloom in general, is a paddle I recommend to a lot of my students just getting started in pickleball because it's a very forgiving and friendly paddle. This thing hits hard. I love it in that regard. You can crush balls with the Bloom VSOL Power. This thing rips the ball. This shape that Vatic has done is great. I'm 99% sure it is the same exact shape that 11.624 did originally with the Monarch series that then became the Pegasus series. And it is like my favorite wide body / standard shape in pickleball, pretty much. The only other shape I like more is like the true 16x8 with the handle like this, the 5.6 handle. But yeah, so this thing, it's awesome. I really don't see much of a downside. I will admit the first time I went on court with it, I did not like it for the first 5 minutes. And then once it kind of broke in just a touch, it felt great. Break in, I mean the foam, not so much it getting hotter or colder. The power levels stayed the same throughout it. I did add weight in the top corners. As you can see, it's still kind of a work in progress because I haven't actually had these all that long. And there's little bars there for me kind of stripping or adding accordingly. I do think I have room I could add a little more weight, but I really like how light this is and where it's at. It's at about 8.4 ounces static weight and at about a 110 to 111 swing weight ish, give or take. I'll put the full numbers here. And now that you guys have had a chance to see the numbers, I'm going to go in on the play. So this thing is gritty. It's gritty. There's no other way of putting it. I was getting some crazy spin and shape on the ball. And first I thought, wow, this just must mean that the current paddles I'm playing with are super, like the grit's gone. They're super died down. No, these things are just really, really gritty out of the box. They play great, they spin great, and they've got the power to back it up. I would categorize the VSOL powers as low to mid-tier power in the power category, and the VSOL Pro as low-tier power without weight. When you add weight, I think it reaches mid-tier power. But yeah, so I only was able to get two Vatics. Is the way they did it for the level I was able to get in on the early release, and my two I chose were the VSOL Power for the Bloom intentionally, and then I chose the VSOL Pro for the V7 long handle because I was going to probably have this be my future main, but with how much I liked the VSOL Power Bloom, I'm really torn. Like, they both play great, to be clear, though. And I will focus on the VSOL Pro now. First off, I do like the blue coloring a lot more than the red in general. I just think it looks a lot better. I do like that this is like an orangish red, though. It kind of reminds me of Vatic's original orange they did with the V7s. But yeah, this blue's awesome. Yeah. Foam core. This one to me feels more like a Gen 3 than it does a Gen 4. It gives Gen 3 sound and it gives Gen 3 feel and feedback, which I kind of like for a Gen 4 foam paddle. So not a lot of people talk about this, but Gen 4 paddles are really stiff and foamy feeling at first. I think it takes a couple sessions for that foam to break in a little, for the paddle to break in a little. You adjust to it, and then they feel fine. But those first few sessions can be a little off-putting, especially if you're not used to a Gen 4 paddle yet. So with the V7 long handle, by the way, when they say long handle, it's the same handle as the Bloom. They're identical. They just give a touch higher taper on this one here, just for context. So other than that, it's just aim about 5.5, 5.6 handle. You can maybe high grip this to like 5.7 if you really pushed it, and that's about it for handle room. More than enough for me. I can get the 2E backhand going with it comfortably. No issues there. They do also offer this in the original short handle shape that they used to only make for Vatics back when they did just the V7, which is the 5.25 handle. I can play with that fine personally. I know a variety of companies still do that shape. It's the old school elongated shape from back in the day. It's not an issue for me, but I know a lot of people don't like the cramped hands feeling on that. Some people do though. So, you know, that shape's an option too. But yeah, so this I added, this is about 4 to 5 inches of 1 gram tuning tape by Pickleball Effect. And then I had some on the top corners. I did eventually take it off, and I'm just rolling like this for now with this. This thing hits hard already. I don't think it needs more weight on top, but you definitely could do it. I know some people also make the weight up here a good amount. We'll see. we'll see. I might raise weight more higher here, how it plays. I've only really hit it once since taking weight off the top and just having the weight down here, obviously after the stock hit. But yeah, so I really like this thing though. I do feel like this is a great paddle. I'm going to be honest. The only flaws I can think of with the Vatic paddles is kind of that flash shape. I don't know what it is about the flash shape. It's super similar to the bread and butter invader shape that I really like for hybrids, but for some reason the flash just doesn't do it for me shape wise for Vatic, which is a shame because I do think this would be great tech in a hybrid as well. But yeah, you know, we'll see. I don't know if they made any innovations or improvements in it. It's been a while since I've hit a flash. I think the last flash I hit was the Vatic Prism Flash, which is at my girlfriend's apartment currently. So we will see if the shape's been updated or not when they come out. But yeah, I wanted to hop on here, kind of give those first impressions. I know Vatic's release in a couple days. I'm going to be doing a review a little bit later than release for this one, just because I don't have the full series and I really, really want to put a lot of time on these and give the best kind of review and feedback I can on them for both the companies and for you guys in the public making your decisions. I will say this though, with discount code, look, they're 99 bucks. It's a no-brainer. It's a Gen 4 for 99 bucks. It's this and the Rhombus Quanta. Like the price point alone makes these things budget paddle of the year like top two right here. It's going to be these and it's going to be the Quantas. I would take these over the Quantas personally. I think they come more ready out of the box. I think they feel better. They feel more plush and they have bigger sweet spots. I also think the shapes are way better. Look, Rhombus is great. Don't get me wrong. I loved the original beta ripples and several of the other ripples that didn't end up making it to production, as well as I actually did really like the Ripple V2s. They were just a little heavy for me personally, but their shapes, not so great. Vatic shapes on the money in terms of paddle shapes. So that's where I would lean towards personally, and that's where I lean, you know, people when they often get the question of, I'm choosing between this company and this company, where should I choose? I say choose the paddle shape that's better for you if the tech is all the same or similar enough. And so, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this first impressions. I'm looking forward to reviewing these at a later date, and I will have swing weight, static weight, all that stuff for you then once I have my finalized iterations. All right. Adios.